Hello, I'm Carl Cox, and this is the Mixmag Christmas Message 2016. It's been a year of epic highs and devastating lows for dance music, but with due respect for our scene, we'll start with the lows because it's been really a turbulent 12 months. There has been devastating fires at venues in London and Oakland, and as well as a mass shooting at a nightclub in Orlando. These events are tragic, and clubs should be places of joy and communion, and anything putting it under threat is truly saddening. There were mass raids on clubs in Ibiza and of one of the best clubs in the world, Fabric, that was forced to close down briefly, and the infamous lockout laws have also messed with clubs in Sydney, Australia. Another great shame. And we've lost pioneering inspirational figures such as David Mancuso, David Bowie and Prince. Although they've gone, their influence will live on for years to come. Who knew 2016 would be so difficult? But through it all, the music still came through for us, like it always does. There's one moment that stands out this year, and it's the one that will stay with me forever: the lights coming up at the end of the final party at Space in Ibiza. The music has finished, but a packed room remains to applaud myself and Pepe Rosilio, the 80-year-old owner of Space, who was with me in the booth. But the crowd were also cheering each other, because on that dance floor there were young and old, and of course from all races, from different journeys of life. And they all had danced together for 20 hours straight. And moments like that one at Space remind me of why the music is so important. And we all find strength in dancing together with friends and strangers, who soon become friends. And without that, the world would be an unbearable place. It goes without saying that we all should cherish what we've got. We're a part of a global scene that brings happiness to millions of people. Everyone in attendance at Space closing party got to be a part of the true Ibiza experience. The Sunset Terrace was open until the morning, and the party went on until midday. Songs that have soundtracked Ibiza over the years were played, and it was a wonderful party and a reminder of how magical clubbing can be. And how could I not mention my residency at Space, which has come to a close after 15 years. I've had some truly fantastic times at that club, and I'll miss it dearly. I won't have a residency in the club in Ibiza next year, but I will be back for gigs, and we'll be carrying on the Balearic spirit together, wherever the VIPs like it or not. Of course, this year has just not been about me. My old mucker Pete Tong has led the charge in one of the biggest new trends in dance music. It's orchestras. His Ibiza Classic shows brings dance tracks face to face with classical musicians, and the results are epic. He's sold out stadiums across the globe. It was also one of the biggest summers in the history of the planet for festivals and conferences, from BPM to EDC, from ADE to IMS. It was a landmark year for the global raving, and I think I managed to play one of the places where it just rained: Glastonbury. Given that 7.1 million people visited Ibiza this year, I am sure that 2017 will be another big year for worldwide dance music. And I'll be running 4 events in Australia. My one-day festival called Pure will touch down in Melbourne, Sydney, Auckland and Perth, and I will be joined by some very special guests. You lot put the work in on the dance floor, but let's not forget the people making the music. Dance music was everywhere this year, influencing the highest positions in charts, and as ever, pushing things forward into the underground. My Intech digital label celebrated 100 releases earlier this year, and I have been having so much fun playing the very best techno in the very best clubs in the world. The positive power of dance music was also felt during the campaign to reopen Fabric. DJs, promoters, venue owners, politicians and you, the people who filled that club every weekend, came together to save it. It was a very nail-biting campaign, but we won, and now one of the most important venues in the world can go back to doing what it does best. Fabric is a very special place, and it's another club where I've had some amazing experiences, and most recently for a party with Mixmag. Our culture is important and benefits society in very many ways. Berlin and Amsterdam are cities where dance music thrives, and where clubs are visited as much as art galleries or famous restaurants. It's time that all cities take this approach, and that's why I'm looking at you, Sydney. You truly can experience dance music all over the world, and it's an international language, And that is why I'm optimistic for the future. And if the music and the clubs exist, we can get through anything. Of course, the UK government could always trust me with running nightlife, and maybe even the country. I did play at the House of Parliament this summer after all. And techno in Westminster sounded much better than you would normally hear during the Prime Minister's questions. Who's up for a Coxy Prime Minister campaign? Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Ho ho ho, oh yes.